So, with all of this thing with the COVID and the social distancing and working with a publisher that's in another state and they have their own social distancing guidelines and they're on a skeleton crew and they're doing changes to their business process, which has been a bit interesting to navigate. Um, I actually inadvertently, but I'm fine with it, released my book without really looking at the proof copy. But I already approved the PDF version, which is going to be what's in the book anyways. And I've already approved the exterior and the interior. So it's like, I don't really need to have the proof copy in my hands. So anyways, the book has been released. It's only available in paperback because that will stop people from downloading an e version of it and then manipulating it. I mean, there's no way to 100% stop people from pirating, but it's like when you buy a physical copy of the book, yeah, someone can type everything out and put it out there, but you don't know what they're going to do to it. So anytime you get anything electronically, you don't know what they've done to it. So it's better just to get the book in its paperback form. So I know that I was trying to make the book really inexpensive because it's like 98 pages, but the way I guess when I there was I think I had to add in the table of contents because that wasn't in there. But anyways, not that should cost the extra dollar or so, but I guess the price went from like $3 something to like $4 for the cost. So anyways, so the book is like $15.48, which is less than what the last book was. And so I mean, I'll let you know, I'm making $9 off of every book. $9, just so you know. So if you think I'm worth the $9 when you think about it, because you got to figure out distribution, you got to think about the cost, you got to think about the shipping and all of that. If you think I'm worth $9, buy the book, because that's what you're giving to me. That's what's going in my pocket is $9. That's my revenue. And I'm not getting any ebooks. I'm only doing paperback. It'll be through Amazon and any of those outlets, and through Lulu. I'm thinking it'll be through like Amazon. I'm sure. It's hard to get a hold of them. Okay. This whole COVID stuff where like nobody's available except for tickets through their thing. It's just like, it's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna wing it. There's no point in crying over spilled milk. I haven't seen the proof copy. You guys, when you order it, you'll see it, but you already seen the electronic version, at least the outside and the outside. So, hey, you know what? This is the new world, right? You just kind of wing it and we just keep moving on. So the evolution of the Jilly Juice protocol is going to have the new recipe. It's going to have the whole protocol, which is really no diet. It's going to substantiate, salt and sugar, and also understand what the microbiome is. I mean, we're taking everything back to square one. Thank you, Matthew Holland. We're going to take you all back to square one. I mean, that's what I plan to do with my next book that's going to come out. Is I'm going to take us back to square one where we learn the English language. Math, you learn math because based on formulas and numbers, but math and English are two sides of the same coin. Math is just an explanation of English and numbers, and English is just an explanation of math and numbers. So you'll see those connections even with those separate contexts. So that's what I'm working on now. So it's kind of anticlimactic that this book, The Evolution, is coming out because it's not super exciting, but it is, but it isn't. Just because of the whole COVID and I'm not having all the different steps that I was expecting to happen, and that's okay. I don't have to see the book to know that it'll be fine. But I plan for my next book also to be something that you give to your kids before they go to school, before they go to college, before they enter into the world out there and buy into all these crazy, different ideas out there. Understand the English language, understand what is the intent of the English language, how to speak from your experience, and then how to direct people to do something, which is like a mind control, and then how to talk about your perception of something. So there's 3 ways of which we communicate, and that's one of the most important things to learn that I've seen through my journey with Jilly Juice. Okay. is that there are three ways people communicate. There's directives, there's gossip, and then there's your personal experience based upon perception, and then what you've been taught. And so it's like this journey is never ending. It's going to keep continuing. And the evolution of the Jilly Juice protocol is the beginning of the evolution. I wasn't planning to write this book. I was actually collaborating with somebody else who I was hoping that was going to evolve with me, but it became more of a fight than it was really an evolution and an alignment. And when you fight with people to even get your point across, and then they have their own ideas, you have your own ideas, there's different biochemistries going on, it's impossible to really collaborate with someone effectively. So really, it's about the individual. So when I finally just wrenched the reins of writing this book out from somebody else's hands to where I took it over, I did it in February. From February to April, from February to March, February to April, February to March, whatever, March to April, whatever, I took the reins and rewrote my book, and I added in all the things that I discovered. Okay, so it wasn't like I took my old book that I discontinued and just kind of wrote over it. I took that, plus I added more information in it, the evolution of the protocol. And so then after this book will be then my thought process on how I look at the world and how I can connect context. So, but for someone to understand this coming book that's coming out in the next, 6 months or so, you got to do Jilly Juice. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to be able to get your biochemistry to where it's somewhat under control so you're able to grasp new concepts, because it's almost virtually impossible for someone, to really understand where I'm coming from, where it's not going to completely go over your head if you don't have some kind of biochemistry shifting in some way, shape, or form. And some of you are already prepared for that. Some of you are already ready for a new way of looking at the world, and your biochemistry needs to be able to support that, because there are self-help groups out there that talk about what I'm saying in a more intellectual way, but the biochemistry doesn't match. Like when I was working with Landmark Education, where I volunteered and I was learning their concepts, it was great knowing these different concepts and different ways of looking at life, but my biochemistry was not able to support it at the root level. So it was like a drug. Like, some of these self-help seminars out there are like drugs. They're great for a temporary state of execution, and then your biochemistry, your humanity takes over, and then you have to go keep getting these dosages of these drugs, like these seminars. And so J-Juice really is just food, and it is to where you're able to have your biochemistry support the peace and understanding fact between perception and not buying into all the crazy problems or creating problems, because there are none, because you've changed your life at the biochemical level. You're not doing it at the superficial level or at the doctor level where it's just, managing symptoms. You're able to now finally align the body, mind, and spirit where everything supports each other. But that is also a process. It's not something that's going to happen right away, because first your body has to get right, then your mind has to get right, and then your spirit will then finally calibrate everything together. And that takes time. And so Jilly Juice is not something that you're going to find as a cure, as a quick, painkiller. No, Jilly Juice is it's a way of life. It's a process, and it takes time. Okay. It took you 50, 60 years to be this messed up. It may take you for me, I'm 46 years old. It took me 4 years to get to this point. Do I know where the end result is going to be? No, I just keep continuing to live and keep evolving and keep adapting. And that's the whole point of Jilly Juice, is you keep evolving, you keep living, you keep adapting, and you roll with the punches. That's the essence of Jilly Juice. And then you have it, then I feel that I've seen different perspectives of where I can write about and change the world that I live in. Okay, so that's the bigger picture with Jilly Juice. First, you start out with the body, which is the evolution of the Jilly Juice protocol. Then the mind, which is the next book that I'm have, and that will also encapsulate the spirit as well. I guess. I don't know. Will I write a book about the spirit? That might happen. There's still evolution to be done. So feel free to get the book. It's only $15.48, plus then you got to get the shipping. So it'll be about $20 when it's all said and done. But that'd be the best $20 you've ever spent. And then I'm getting $9 out of that. Okay, so if I'm worth $9, thank you, Natalie. If I'm worth $9, absolutely. If you for some reason you can't get it because you live in a different country and it's too expensive, or it's whatever, then you have access to my group, or you let me know. I don't know, whatever. Everyone's access to my group. If you're really interested in understanding this, people watch my videos. They don't have to buy the book. It is not necessary. However, if you feel I've earned the right to have $9 of your hard-earned money, then hey, fine. And you get something, that is in your hands. Okay? And so that's the beauty of J-Juice. You have choices. Nothing is over a barrel. You all have choices, and there's different mediums of communication, different methods of learning this. It's hearing, seeing, whatever, verbally reading, all of that. Okay? As for the blind, they can listen to the videos. For the deaf, they can read the book. For the dumb, they have people out there that can help them out and be able to get their cognitive ability to be able to then start evolving into the world that we live in. Dumb meaning, I don't say dumb. I mean something like deaf, dumb, and blind, but there's nothing dumb. There's nobody's dumb. They just have disabilities or different abilities, I guess. And not to discount their contribution in the world. However, we want everyone to be able to protect themselves in body, mind, and spirit, and grow to where they can be independent, where they're not dependent upon somebody else to protect them. When you can protect yourself in body, mind, and spirit, you have the ability to evolve in this society without relying so much on one person to feed you and clothe you and protect you. Okay, and that's the point of Jilly Juice, is do you have the ability to feed yourself, clothe yourself, protect yourself, and live indefinitely without relying on someone specifically to make sure all those are in place? Do you have the means? That's what it takes, or what it takes. All right, so that's it. All right, bye.